nonprofit that works with children was robbed of thousands of dollars of equipment. We're live at the scene with the latest.
Plus, former UW-Madison Chancellor Rebecca Blank says she's been diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer that's forcing her to step down from her new position.
And the new Beltline Flex lanes open this week. We'll show you how they'll work and what you need to look out for.
You're watching News 3 now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us at 5, everyone. Eric is off tonight. We begin with breaking news. Wisconsin health officials have identified a Milwaukee County resident as the state's second presumed case of monkeypox.
The new confirmed case of monkeypox comes after the state's Department of Health Services announced a case in Dane County, a resident at the beginning of the month. In a news release today, DHS said the Milwaukee County patient is isolating and contact tracing efforts are underway. So far, monkeypox mostly appears to be spreading through intimate contact with someone who has monkeypox and appears as a rash.
A robbery of any kind, of course, is unsettling, but especially when it happens to a group that works with kids.
And not just any kids. Camp Creatability is a visual arts program which gives students with disabilities a chance to participate in the arts. Their founder spoke with our Brad Hamilton about the suspected crime, and Brad's live on the east side where it all happened.
Mark and Susan, Debbie Armstrong says that she is still stunned by what happened here on Friday, and now she's looking for both answers and your help. Debbie Armstrong was looking forward to working this weekend, just ready to help with the day of learning.
We've been working on a docudrama, a full-length feature on the history of autism.
But everything changed when she arrived at Camp Creatability, which is on Madison's east side, Saturday morning.
There was stuff, props were all over the place, costumes were all over. It was just a mess back there.
Debbie says it was pretty clear that her nonprofit had been robbed. Missing was an expensive projector, studio cameras, and even a studio backdrop.
I was just in awe. I mean, it was disgusting. I mean, that somebody could actually do that to a nonprofit who works with individuals with autism and other disabilities.
After looking through surveillance videos, Debbie found images that she thinks will clearly identify a suspect. You can see the suspect appears to ride an orange dirt bike. Altogether, this person made off with about $10,000 worth of equipment.
We work on a really tight shoestring budget, so every penny is really accounted for.
Debbie is hoping whoever did this just comes clean, because their actions have an impact on students such as Noah Deans, who was just working hard to follow his dream.
Well, I've been here for 6 years, and it means a lot to me. I'm trying my best to become a better filmmaker at Camp Creatability.
Noah and those kids were just awesome today. We know that Debbie has started a GoFundMe. You can find more information on our website, channel3000.com. Also, we did reach out to Madison Police for more information on this incident. We're still waiting for those details.
Brad, thank you. Former UW-Madison Chancellor Rebecca Blank announced today that she will not be starting her new job as president of Northwestern University because she has been diagnosed with cancer. In a statement, she said in part, "Last week I learned I have an aggressive form of cancer which will require all my strength and resolve to fight, prohibiting me from being able to serve as your next president. This last week has probably brought the biggest changes I have ever experienced in such a short period of time."
Last fall, Blank announced her plans to leave UW-Madison for the top job at Northwestern after leading Wisconsin's flagship university for more than 8 years. Earlier this year, Dr. Jennifer L. Mnuchin, who previously served as the Dean of Law School at UCLA, was announced as UW-Madison's next chancellor.
Well, drivers, if you're anxious for faster commutes on the Beltline, and who isn't, the wait is almost over. Wednesday this week, the flex lanes open, and that will hopefully speed up traffic.
The DOT is calling it the largest intelligent transportation system rollout in Wisconsin's history. News 3's now Armin Rockman has more.
Yeah, Mark and Susan, the hope is that Beltline congestion like just here is left in the rearview mirror, or at least made a little less common with the opening of the additional lanes during peak travel times. Now, the digital signs that are right above the lanes will show a green arrow when the flex lane will be open. Those signs are controlled by traffic management in Milwaukee after they check 40 cameras along the belt line for any crashes or debris, which local law enforcement will help clear out. A red X will mean the lane is closed, and a yellow X will mean it will close, and drivers need to merge right and exit. Now, right now, during rush hours, going from one end of the belt line to another can take as long as 45 minutes. The DOT officials hope that the opening of the flex lanes can help bring that to as close to 15 minutes as possible. We'll hear more from them on News 3 Now tonight at 10. For now, live on the Beltline, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, we will see you at 6. Thank you. Let's get a check on the weather now. Meteorologist Dana Fulton is on the weather patio. Dana?
It is still sunny out on the patio right now, but some folks seeing some light showers, especially towards Baraboo. We had a little light rain creeping in about an hour ago. Most of the storms north of us, really stretching into central Wisconsin. Some showers starting to creep into the northern edge of Juneau and Adams counties. Again, Dane County still dry, but we're looking at the chance for those showers to continue to creep further south. So I wouldn't be surprised if our northernmost counties feel a few raindrops this evening. Here's a live look over Madison. As I mentioned, mostly sunny. Temperatures in the middle 80s with dew points in the upper 60s. So it's a little warm outside, still just a little humid. But not as hot as it's going to be as we look ahead to next week. Seasonable temperatures expected for the middle of this week. We will even drop down to the upper 70s for Wednesday. But as we look ahead to the weekend and next week, those temperatures really expected to climb. A little heat dome building in for next week. But we'll take a closer look at that temperature trend, and if we might have any rain to help cool us off in just a few minutes.
It's going to get hot. All right, Dana, thank you. Friday's decision by the state Supreme Court to throw out the use of ballot drop boxes during elections has reignited the concerns of those questioning the results of the 2020 election.
That includes former President Donald Trump, who mentioned the decision at a rally in Alaska on Saturday. Political reporter Will Keneally is here with more on after he dug into those claims. Will?
That's right. So Friday's decision made national headlines, landing on the former president's desk, where he called it big news. He used the ruling as ammunition to call for Wisconsin's state legislature to overturn the state's 2020 election results. But again, nonpartisan lawyers and Trump's own attorneys have said that that's impossible. Political scientist Barry Burden says it's an issue that has already been sued over and settled.
There were half a dozen lawsuits filed right after the election trying to undo some aspect of the election. Part of those lawsuits were focused on absentee ballots and including ballots returned by Dropbox. The courts allowed all of those ballots to be counted and dismissed all of those suits.
Trump also took to his own social media over the weekend to pressure Assembly Speaker Robin Vos into overturning the 2020 election, a move which Vos has rejected in the past. And Burton says the court ruling is likely a win going forward for those who advocated for those lawsuits in 2020. We'll explain why tonight at 6.
All right, we'll see you then. Well, thank you. The House Select Committee investigating January 6th is holding 2 public hearings this week, one tomorrow and another Thursday. The hearings are following a turn of events this weekend after former top Trump advisor Steve Bannon offered to testify. Tomorrow's hearing is expected to focus on far-right extremist groups and the details of their breach of the Capitol. January 6th committee member Jamie Raskin says a tweet from Trump in December had a strong effect on those extremist decisions.
People are going to hear the story of that tweet and then the explosive effect it had in Trump world and specifically among the domestic violent extremist groups, the most dangerous political extremists in the country at that point.
Raskin also says testimony from former Trump White House counsel Pat Cipollone will also be highlighted in the upcoming hearings.
Today, President Biden spoke to survivors and family members of mass shooting victims on the south lawn of the White House after passing legislation for the toughest gun control in 3 decades. Congress passed the bipartisan bill after 2 mass shootings, the racist massacre of grocery shoppers in Buffalo and the killings of 19 children and 2 teachers in Uvalde. But the gun control bill comes after another mass shooting in Highland Park, Illinois.
The fact that guns in these shootings are legally obtained says that these laws need to be changed, but most importantly, weapons designed for combat need to be removed from the streets of the United States.
The president echoed the mayor's concerns, saying the newly passed legislation is still not enough, and vowed to continue pushing for more gun control measures, including a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Here in Wisconsin, a group of experts are looking at ways to assess school safety. In a roundtable today, they discussed issues facing many schools that can lead to safety concerns. That includes staff and leadership turnover, lack of dedicated safety professionals, and increasing mental health issues for both adults and children.
Really try to employ a public health approach to school safety. So we want to provide universal access to support and information to keep all schools safe. And then for those who are experiencing some difficulties, making sure that we decrease that risk, promote protective factors. And then for those who are actually contemplating being violent, we want to have very specific case management plans to prevent that.
During the meeting, they said the Wisconsin Office of School Safety is making progress, but policymakers could do more to support what schools truly need.
Governor Tony Evers signed an executive order today ordering flags to be flown at half-staff later this week in memory of a retired judge who was killed last month. The U.S. and state of Wisconsin flags will be flown at half-staff from sunrise to sunset on Wednesday to honor former Juneau County Judge John Romer, whose funeral is being held that day. Police say Romer was shot and killed inside his home on June 3rd by 56-year-old Douglas Uday, who had planned to target other high-ranking officials, including Governor Evers, before taking his own life inside Romer's home.
A key Republican leader in Wisconsin State Assembly is deciding to resign early rather than wait until his term ends. Majority Leader Jim Steineke announced in January that he would not seek re-election, and today announced he'll resign on July 27th. He said the legislature's two-year sessions ended in March, and lawmakers aren't coming back to do anything before the new session starts in January, so he's decided to enter the private sector now.
Forward Madison FC is continuing its efforts to help support Ukraine following Russia's invasion. With a special United for Ukraine jersey, the club sold the kits with 100% of the proceeds going to UNICEF's Ukrainian relief funds. Today, the club announced it raised nearly $44,000 for UNICEF. The money raised will go toward providing health care and safe drinking water to Ukrainian families in need.
Good for them. Well, still to come at 4, doctors say getting COVID twice can have a big impact on your overall health. We'll explain some of the long-term risks.
And one of the country's most popular national parks is at risk. Wildfires are closing in, and crews are facing extreme heat trying to keep Yosemite National Park safe. We'll show you how close the flames are getting. And then coming up at 6, a News 3 Now investigation could lead to real change. We'll show you how lawmakers are getting involved to improve access to dental care for those who require sedation. We'll have that story at 6.
Stocks were lower on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials fell 164 points. The NASDAQ off 262 points, or 2.3%. And the S&P 500 lost almost 45. We'll be right back.
And he got so upset at me. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done.
Doesn't even look the same anymore.
Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much of Bob's money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding ends soon. Call now.
866 for Feldco.
Most senators couldn't tell you the cost of a gallon of milk. Thanks, Ruben. Or how much beef has gone up this year. But I'm not like most senators or any of the other millionaires running for Senate. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I know how hard you work. And I know that by bringing manufacturing home, we create jobs and we lower costs. If we want to change Washington, we got to change the people we send there. I'm Mandela Barnes and I approve this message.
Right now, you can join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. That's an easy path to a fresh frame of mind. It's why you don't see a stationary bike, you see an avenue to more energy. And it's why you don't just see a treadmill, you see a fast lane to more confidence. So while you see tons of equipment in the judgment-free zone, you'll also see endless ways to get glowing and feel fit-tacular.
It's this place, I tell you.
Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, July 20th.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit. Don't wait a moment longer to reveal the new you.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
Directors of school safety discuss plans of action for school safety as the new year rapidly approaches, and MPD teams with Big Brothers Big Sisters in their 5th annual leadership camp. That's tonight at 6.
Concerts on the Square are back each Wednesday night through August 3rd. Enjoy a performance by the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra with family and friends at this totally free event starting at 7 p.m. Learn more at wcoconcerts.org.
Firefighters in California are facing extreme heat as they battle a growing wildfire in Yosemite National Park. Several other states are experiencing record-breaking heat, including Kansas and Texas. Jonathan Vigliotti reports from Yosemite.
The Washburn fire in Yosemite National Park grew even larger Monday. It's already scorched more than 3.5 square miles in a southern corner of the park.
Obviously, it is in an area where it is getting into wilderness, so it is getting into steep country.
More than 500 firefighters are battling the fire, which is threatening the park's famous giant Sequoia trees. Park Service employees are working to protect them.
I'm standing right in front of the grizzly giant, which is arguably one of the most famous trees on Earth, and we've got a sprinkler system set up around it. We really don't want to leave this one to chance because this really is such an iconic tree.
In Utah, record-breaking heat and high winds are fueling massive wildfires. That includes the Jacob City fire, whose flames spread to almost 6 square miles. In Texas, record-breaking temperatures prompted the state's power grid operator to ask residents and businesses to conserve energy, saying there's a potential for rolling blackouts.
We are working with all of our partners in the community, including churches and others, to look at different spaces and places for people to go and get into the AC.
And in Kansas, temperatures are hovering around the triple digits, taking a toll on local farmers.
When you know your crops are struggling, when you know they're suffering, it's really, really hard to stand out here and watch your crops burn up.
The forecast there doesn't call for much rain anytime soon. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, Yosemite National Park.
This year has seen an increase in wildfires and the scale of damage from them, according to the National Interagency Fire Center.
Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Meteorologist Dana Fulton is here, and that heat is headed our way.
It really is. Right now, temperatures just a little bit above average, but as we look ahead to next week, it's going to get even warmer outside. A live look over Madison and clear blue sky for most of southern Wisconsin. Temperatures currently sitting in the middle 80s for Madison. To the north, a little cooler outside, but that's also where we're seeing those showers pass through. Dew points, though, really throughout our area, sitting in a pretty similar spot in the upper 60s, close to 70, so it's a little humid outside. This line of showers and storms passing through, but falling apart a little bit as it moves further southeast. I think this might clip the very edge of Dane County, but we're not going to see a lot of rain for southern Wisconsin, and we could really use some more showers passing through. I know we've had a little rain over the last about week, but we're still a bit behind. We could have a few rumbles of thunder again, likely seeing that trending more towards the southeast corner of the state. Overall, this week stays warm, but we really ramp up those temperatures Friday and heading into the weekend, and next week looks quite hot and quite humid. outside. Notice over the next few hours these showers trending off to the southeast. Temperatures overnight with our clear sky pull back down into the 60s. We start the day tomorrow in a pretty comfortable spot. We'll stay mostly dry tomorrow with a partly sunny sky for Tuesday afternoon, but there's a slight chance for an isolated shower late in the evening. Again, most of the area is going to stay dry though. For Wednesday, plan on mostly sunny skies, a pretty pleasant afternoon. Wednesday is going to be the comfortable day. High temperatures will be in the upper 70s and plan on lower dew points. It won't be quite as humid outside with that breeze coming in from the north. Again, dry for us right now. We still have that drought status for parts of the area. That tan color is starting to creep in a little bit, of moderate drought there for the southwestern corner of the state and just outside of Milwaukee. As we look ahead to our next few weeks, as Mark was mentioning, that heat just settling in, heading towards Wisconsin. Our 6 to 10 day temperatures likely above average, and our 8 to 14 day, the bullseye there, shifting even further east. So very likely that we're going to see above average temperatures next week, and that lines up with what we're looking at in our 10 day. Tomorrow, highs will be in the low 80s, breezy, warm with that slight chance for a late shower or a storm, though we should stay pretty dry. Mostly sunny on Wednesday. Wednesday will be pleasant in the upper 70s. Mostly sunny on Thursday with high temperatures in the lower 80s. And then Friday, we start climbing back up to the mid 80s. That's where we'll stay for the weekend, with a small chance for showers and storms late Friday into Saturday. Heading into next week, I'm expecting quite a dry stretch. A lot of sunshine and a lot of warm weather building in. Highs will be in the low 90s with heat index readings climbing to the middle to upper 90s. Overnight low temperatures won't cool down much overnight, landing close to 70. A quick look at traffic. The Beltline going a little bit slow east and westbound right now. Downtown Madison, we have a few stop and go spots, but nothing new popping up for us this evening. It's always a good thing to see the usual slowdown spots, but nothing abnormal for your Monday evening commute. Janesville is nice and green, and north and southbound on 3990 green as well through Rock County and through Dane County. From the Beltline to Janesville, we're sitting at 24 minutes, 17 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie, sitting at a smooth 18-minute commute for us this evening. Probably going to need the shades driving home. I think most of us aren't going to need the windshield wiper blades tonight. We're staying pretty dry, though we might hear a few rumbles of thunder, guys.
All right, thank you, Dana. Well, 2 highly infectious Omicron strains have become the dominant COVID-19 variants sweeping across the country. California is now seeing one of its most significant surges since the start of the pandemic, and a growing concern is the number of people getting reinfected with the virus. And while symptoms are often mild, a new study tracked nearly 40,000 people who had COVID at least twice and found each reinfection creates a new opportunity for serious health risks.
Some people, when they get infected the first time, that infection may weaken their immune system in a way, or produce some organ damage that make them more vulnerable to having adverse consequences or adverse health risks.
The research found patients with 2 or more infections had more than twice the risk of dying compared to patients with just 1 infection. They're also at 3 times the risk of being hospitalized and face higher odds of getting long COVID. Doctors say the best weapons are still the COVID-19 vaccines and boosters. The FDA has asked manufacturers to design a booster for the fall that targets the newest Omicron variants.
Still to come, Madison police spent the day building relationships in the community. The goal for their leadership academy when we come back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I'm Tim Michaels. Commanding the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was an honor beyond measure. America is a miracle of countless sacrifices from unknown patriots. Honoring that is our duty. But today, America's under attack by radicals trying to tear down everything that makes America great. This is a fight we cannot lose. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to help save the America that those before saved for us.
It's Terrific Tuesdays at Hy-Vee. This Tuesday, farmland sausage, only 99 cents. That's right, only 99 cents. Cheez-It crackers, only $1.99. Gatorade, only 99 cents. And 6 packs of 7-Up products are only $1.48. Tuesday only. And save even more during Red, White, and Fuel. Right now, save up to $5.34 per gallon with your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Son, It's about time we had the talk. It's time you knew the truth. Windows can take a beating, especially here in the Midwest. When it's time to replace them, call Feldco.
Isn't Feldco offering 2-for-1 windows right now, Dad?
They are, son. They are.
Less talk, more action. 2-for-1 windows from Feldco makes home improvement easy and affordable.
2-for-1 windows ends soon. Call now.
Quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Feldco.
Raising healthy children takes a village, and kids thrive when their village is healthy too.
SSM Health and News 3 Now are helping you unlock a healthier world with our Time for Kids Keys to Health campaign. We'll show you how sustainable choices create healthier lifestyles, explore the impacts of food security on families,
and share ways we can help build a healthy community together. So join us on air, online, and in your village.
and take time for kids.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Outlaw. That's what can happen because of the Supreme Court, and Ron Johnson's with them. The Supreme Court's decision ended abortion services in Wisconsin, and Ron Johnson supported the decision, making it illegal in Wisconsin, even in cases of rape and incest. Doctors can be prosecuted, a woman's right to choose criminalized. Johnson even said, if you don't like it, you can move. Ron Johnson's not for us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
The Madison Police Department's Leadership Academy had kids feeling elevated today, taking on obstacle courses and zip lines at Madison College's Challenge course. The program began in 2019 but took a break in 2020 due to COVID. They partnered with the Boys and Girls Club to forward the relationships between youth and police. The program targets students entering 7th and 8th grade and is designed to build trust in relationships.
It just helps you get through it, because I guess that you actually know that they're like paying attention to you and not like just letting you do whatever so if you fall or something, they don't know like what to do to get you.
The Black Officer Coalition and MPD Community Outreach and Resource Education led the camp. Students are also learning about the officers and what it's like to be one, all while growing leadership skills.
We'll have a final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
$5,000 a year. That's the burden of Joe Biden's inflation tax on Wisconsin families. They can't afford it. From the grocery store to the gas station, we're all paying the price for Biden's massive deficit spending. Ron Johnson has the courage to say no to spending that is mortgaging our children's future. And his small business tax cuts help them compete and survive the pandemic.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
I'm Jonathan Lawson, here to tell you about life insurance through the Colonial Penn program. If you're age 50 to 85 and looking to buy life insurance on a fixed budget, remember the 3 Ps.
The 3 what?
The 3 Ps.
What are the 3 Ps?
The 3 Ps of life insurance on a fixed budget are price, price, and price. A price you can afford, a price that can't increase, and a price that fits your budget.
I'm 54 and was a smoker, but quit. What's my price?
You can get coverage for $9.95 a month.
I'm 65, retired, and take medications. What's my price?
Also $9.95 a month.
I just turned 80 and I'm on a fixed income. What's my price?
$9.95 a month for you too. If you're age 50 to 85, call now about the #1 most popular whole life insurance plan available through the Colonial Penn program. It has an affordable rate starting at $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. You cannot be turned down because of your health. No medical exam, no health questions. Your acceptance is guaranteed. And this plan has a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, so your rate can never go up for any reason. Options start at $9.95 a month. Plus, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So call now for free information, and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction to your loved ones with your final wishes. And it's yours free, just for calling. So call now for free information.
Call 1-800-644-6688 for your free information and your free gift. That's 1-800-644-6688. 1-800-644-6688. That's 1-800-644-6688. So call now.
Visiting the DePaco Credit Union was the thing that started all this.
We had a lot of student loan debt, low credit scores for bad decisions we had made in our younger years.
We thought it was the point where you could never come back from it. We've always wanted to own our own restaurant, so I just kind of floated the idea like, oh, I found this food truck.
I was like, yeah, let's try it. DePaco helped us so much with just putting everything together.
Definitely life-changing for us.
What we have right now would not have been possible without DePaco Credit Union.
Finally today, the skeleton of a dinosaur is up for auction in New York. The 77-million-year-old skeleton is a Gorgosaurus, a cousin of the T-Rex. The fossil is 10 feet tall, 22 feet long, and it was discovered in Montana in 2018. It will be on display starting July 21st at Sotheby's in New York, and the auction begins a week later. The fossil is expected to sell for $8 million.
That'd be kind of fun to have you in the studio.
I think so. I think if we hold a bake sale and then we can have it out front in the lobby. As far as the weather goes, guys, it is hot outside. Or right now it's warm, but we're about to get hot. Low 80s tomorrow, slight chance for a shower late. Mostly sunny Wednesday, Thursday, hot next week.
All right, Gina, thank you. That's our time for now. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock. The CBS Evening News is coming up.